What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Stank815, and I'm back with another video. Y'all new to that channel, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share, comment, get notified when I drop 3 videos. Today it's another reaction video. This time it's to Young Thug. My heart goes out to Young Thug and his family, man. Hopefully everything happened for the best. I mean, he in a messed up situation, y'all. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I've been to federal prison, and I was indicted. And yes, y'all can look my case up. No telling, no nothing on my case. I did my time. I kept it solid. I came home, man. So I definitely know, like, what he going through. Actually, a dude that I consider my best friend at the time actually wrote statements on me, but it's all good. Wanted to try to testify on me and all type of crazy stuff, but my heart goes out to Young Thug, man. I want to give a big shout out to y'all, my supporters. We gonna keep running it up, man. Y'all know what it do. We out here, like, y'all see it, Stank815 YouTube. But listen, if y'all got any merchandise that y'all want me to represent for y'all, y'all comment, or my Facebook is Alexander. That's ALEXANDER. And my last name is Isidore, EZIDORE. If y'all want to get at me through social media, get at me. I have no problem, like, helping y'all extend y'all business. I will rock y'all merchandise for y'all on my channel. So y'all let me know. We're going to get into this video, man. And see what he say, man. And at the end, y'all, I'm going to start trying to just let the whole video go without giving my opinion. And I'm going to start giving my opinion after the video. But, man, y'all rocking with me. I'm rocking with y'all. The industry is wicked. It's sad to say, but I'm steady watching. I know people that's famous. I got a lot of famous YouTuber friends. Shout out to them. I want to give a shout out to my YouTube homies. They know who they is. Shout out to the whole 32 gang. But yeah, man, it's getting crazy, man. We're gonna get into the video.
A bizarre request from Young Thug's defense amidst the rapper's ongoing jury selection, petitioning the court to exclude evidence of a ritualistic sacrifice in his RICO trial.
The theory behind killing animals is you're draining their energy, their power, and to use for mystical purposes.
The Young Thug trial hasn't even started officially yet, and things have been getting out of hand since basically day one. There have been all kinds of delays, motions, and more, and a lot of it has to do with simply getting things ready for the proper trial. On the side of Young Thug and his team, they're naturally trying to ensure that this case isn't stacked against them, or that certain perceptions of people and others tied to the case or not tied to the case will affect their defense of Young Thug. Well, it's going to be a bit harder now due to a certain incident. We'll break it down for you. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to never miss an upload from us. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. The sacrifice. Yeah, we're letting you know that this is going to get a bit crazy right off the bat. So yeah, you've been warned. A YSL member was arrested last year during a goat sacrifice ritual, and Young Thug's attorney wants that information removed from the YSL RICO trial.
According to newly filed court documents, defense attorneys for Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, have motioned to exclude evidence stemming from his co-defendant's arrest.
Yeah, this is real, and it's nuts. And a bizarre update in the ongoing YSL RICO trial, Young Thug's attorney Brian Steele has filed a motion to have evidence of a goat sacrifice ritual removed from the proceedings.
Tonight, a bizarre update in the YSL trial involving Atlanta rapper Young Thug. Well, his attorneys filed a motion claiming that his co-defendant, Shannon Stillwell, was arrested, quote, while in the midst of a religious ceremony which involved supposed to sacrifice of goats. Stillwell faces several charges, including murder. This new motion was filed to exclude this evidence from the trial.
According to documents obtained by XXL, Thug's attorney filed court documents on July 27th to have details about YSL co-defendant Shannon S.B. Stillwell's arrest last March stricken from the trial.
According to the documents, during Shannon Stillwell's March 2022 arrest, officials found a, quote, religious involved the supposed sacrifice of goats.
Court papers revealed that on March 17, 2022, police arrested Stillwell for murder in East Point, Georgia, while in the midst of a religious ceremony which involved the supposed sacrifice of goats. Steele argues that he sees no lawful, admissible, proper purpose to insert Mr. Stillwell's religious service or beliefs into Thug's trial. So therefore, he wants the information removed. Young Thug, born Jeffrey Williams, and his attorney are seeking an immediate hearing with Fulton County Judge Earl Glanville to discuss the motion. It's unclear if Stillwell practices voodoo, but according to WSB-TV journalist Michael Satan, who's covering the YSL RICO trial, he claims that during these rituals, worshippers wear all white and sacrifice goats in an effort to bring forth Loa, which help to run the universe and can grant blessings. There's so much we want to say here, but we're just going to keep moving forward for the time being. Thug's legal team is now demanding a video of Stillwell's arrest be excluded from evidence, as his charges are unrelated to the Atlanta rapper's case.
How Young Thug's defense team says showing evidence of this alleged goat sacrifice has no, quote, benefit or probative value and could create prejudice in jurors.
Although this issue does not directly involve Mr. Williams, as he was never involved or arrested on March 17, 2022, nor charged with Mr. Drink's supposed murder, law enforcement officers arrested Mr. Shannon Stillwell at 2481 Meadowlark Drive, East Point, Georgia, 30344, while in the midst of a religious ceremony which involved supposed sacrifice of goats, reads the motion. Now, to some of you out there, you might be curious as to why he's fighting so hard to get this motion filed and approved. Well, it has to deal with perception and certain acts of the YSL in general. We'll talk about it more in a bit, but suffice to say, if they felt this was a big enough issue to file a motion and try and get it off the record, they must think that it's bad. Whether it goes their way is anyone's guess, but if it doesn't, it would add another woe to Young Thug's growing list of bad things happening, in this case, the denial. Young Thug was denied bond for a fourth time recently during a hearing in Atlanta as he awaits trial on gang-related charges stemming from a sweeping RICO indictment in Fulton County, Georgia. The rapper's attorney argued during the hearing that his client is not a flight risk and said that he's been dealing with health issues since his arrest on May 9, 2022. The rapper was taken to the hospital during a court hearing in May, according to ABC affiliate in Atlanta WSB-TV. His attorney, Brian Steele, declined to comment on the rapper's condition when asked by various outlets. Judge Earl Glanville said that he believes the rapper's release would pose a threat to the community and said that he's concerned about witness intimidation. After filing the fourth motion for bond on April 24th, Steele told ABC News in a phone interview that his client does not pose a risk and should be released as he awaits trial. Mr. Williams is not a risk to commit a crime, and he's not a risk to flee the jurisdiction, and that's what bond is about, Steele said. In the motion for bond, Steele claimed that his client gets limited exercise or exposure to sunlight, and has not been able to eat nutritious food and has been sleep deprived because he's mandated to wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. on the days he's in court, and is fighting to pay attention to the goings-on in his case. The Grammy-winning rapper was denied bond 3 times last year after he was arrested and charged with 8 different counts. Williams was initially charged with 1 count each of conspiring to violate the state's Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act and participating in criminal street gang activity, and was later charged with an additional count of participating in street gang activity, 3 counts of violating the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of a firearm while committing a felony, and possession of a machine gun. This indictment is significant because it targets 28 people who decided to become involved in a criminal street gang and really do havoc in our community. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, whose office is prosecuting this case, said at a May 10, 2022 press conference announcing the indictment that havoc includes crimes of violence, crimes of theft, crimes involving drugs. She added, Young Thug pleaded not guilty on all 8 counts and is set to face trial along with 9 other co-defendants. Young Thug was among 28 individuals named in the indictment who are allegedly associated with the Atlanta-based Young Slime Life, a gang that prosecutors allege Young Thug founded in 2012. But YSL, which is also the acronym for Young Stoner Life, is the name of the rapper's label, an imprint of 300 Entertainment. Either way, Young Thug is the focus of the RICO case, and many of the individuals originally part of the case have either accepted plea deals or taken themselves out of the case to face a separate trial. Curiously, Young Thug has not been offered a plea deal at all, but there are many sources who say that he wouldn't accept one even if he was offered it. You can make of that what you want, but it's something that many have focused on for one reason or another, and that's not the only thing that people have been noticing about this case. As for the jury situation, we weren't lying when we said that had been going on for months. The judge and prosecution in this case is being very thorough, or perhaps overly thorough, with the jury to ensure that they can not only stay the duration of the case, but won't be biased in any way towards Young Thug or the other defendants. That might not sound like much of an ask, but it's taken months to whittle the jury down to 750 people who might be able to serve on the 12-person jury. Given the very long process it's taken to even get to this point, trying to get Young Thug out of jail was definitely a priority for his lawyer team. It didn't work, but the attempt was no doubt appreciated. The question is whether this new motion will help turn things in their favor, or whether they're going to keep getting L's like this. Perception and reality. Going back to the GOAT thing, which is not something we ever expected to say in a video about rappers, that's a very important reason why Young Thug's lawyers are pushing so hard against the video being used. One of the key points of the RICO case isn't just that Young Thug committed crimes, but that he was using YSL as a gang and thus doing various criminal acts through them, while under his direct orders or others that are high up in YSL. From day one, Young Thug's attorneys have been saying that YSL is not a gang, and as such can't be charged with these various crimes. The DA disagreed, and thus the trial is on. So what does this have to do with goat sacrifices? Well, while some, like Young Thug's lawyers, will try and pass this off as a religious act and nothing more, to the people of the jury, they might question if something more is going on here. Specifically, they might question that if one person in YSL is doing things like killing goats, what is everyone else doing? In other words, it can paint a negative picture in the jury's minds that the YSL are nothing more than savages, and that they are totally capable of the crimes they're accused of. For a defense attorney, such a picture being painted would basically be a death sentence. Because once a juror has a clear image of who they think a defendant is, it's going to take a lot to shake them out of that feeling. Now, some would argue that you can't judge an entire group by one person's actions, and that's true, to an extent. But as another saying goes, one bad apple spoils the bunch. And so, if another person in YSL can be proven to have done other things, either bad or, well, weird, then it bolsters the claims that YSL isn't simply a music group, but a gang, and one that isn't afraid to kill goats, apparently. This fight isn't just about evidence, it's about the image of the YSL and one of their members who's already arrested in this case being caught with trying to do a ritual sacrifice. Yeah, that's not exactly a good look for the group. The irony is that this is only one of many weird things that have gone on with this case. The issues rundown. Yep, from almost day one, there was odd stuff happening all across the YSL case. That included when fellow YSL member and rapper Gunna was arrested and dealing with bond hearings. When he was denied bail, the people in the gallery weren't pleased. Judge Glanville gave a stern warning to onlookers in the court. If anybody in this gallery and you can't otherwise control yourself, or otherwise you want to make inappropriate comments, then you can leave at this point in time, he said. No harm will come or nothing else will occur, but warned, if you remain in this courtroom and make any outbursts, I will have you arrested. That's strict, but the judge was definitely trying to make a point there. But that's not even close to the weirdest thing. During one of Young Thug's earliest appearances in court, a Zoom call displaying evidence somehow led to a totally NSFW video being played on the screen. Yeah, that totally happened. Another shocking moment in the YSL trial occurred in January of 2023 during jury selection. A drug transaction between Young Thug and one of the co-defendants was caught on camera. During the proceeding, an alleged hand-to-hand exchange of a drug between Young Thug and his co-defendant, Khalif Adams, happened right in front of the bailiffs. According to prosecutors, Adams walked over to where Thugger was seated with his attorney and dropped a Percocet in Thug's hand. A deputy confronted Thug and the rapper gave the pill to authorities. So yeah, all of this and more happened before the trial has even officially started. One can only wonder and fear what'll happen when the jury is finally selected. And there you go, everyone. A look at the latest developments.
What it do? I just gotta give my opinion, man. My heart goes out to Young Thug, man. Hopefully something good come out of this, man, and he don't get no time, or if he do get time, he get as less time as possible, man. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if y'all ever been through it, but I fought for my life in court, so and I got the max sentence in my case that the judge can give me. I actually signed a plea deal for 60 months. By me not cooperating, the judge came back and asked me did I want to cooperate and help the federal government set up other people, and I stated no. And when I stated no, the judge demeanor changed, and they brought me back into the courtroom. And when I came back into the courtroom, I'm thinking I'm finna get sentenced to 60 months in federal prison. The judge's like, no, you didn't want to cooperate, so I'm gonna add the max on. I'm like, how could you do that? He's like, I'm the judge. And this is federal prison I went to, y'all. So it's sad what we go through, man, but we gotta make better choices in life. We definitely target, and no disrespect, I'm not racist and none of that, but us as black people, we most target. Like, they target us for whatever reason, they do, but yeah, I ended up getting 78 months in federal prison, man, so I definitely understand what Young Thug going through. Definitely keep his head up, man. Y'all hit that comment, y'all hit the likes, y'all hit that share button, and y'all interact with me, man. I like interacting with y'all. Until then, it's your boy Stank815, you know. I try my best to each and every comment. I try my best to comment under y'all stuff or give y'all a reaction or interact with y'all because I appreciate y'all watching my videos. Man, without y'all, hey, it wouldn't be no me. Like, far as doing YouTube, I do this for y'all. I do it for myself. Man, but my heart goes out to Young Thug, man. Hopefully he get up out of the situation. It's sad how people turn their backs on him and how they just left him in the system. Everybody jumping up to take plea deals, but everybody ain't strong, man. I had to learn that in my case. A lot of people is not strong. A lot of people jump up and take deals. Man, they not strong. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Keep y'all heads up. I mean, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all share, make sure y'all subscribe. Let's go. I'm trying to get to that 9,000 subscribers. Let's go. We on a roll. Let's make it happen.